All right. One of the sole purposes of this channel is to break down Bitcoin, break down altcoins, break down the crypto market in the most accessible and the most digestible way possible for the common man in this emerging industry through these daily videos. Some days we look at technical analysis, some days we try and learn from fundamental analysis, and some days I like to look at historical analysis. And while past performance, it does not indicate future performance, I like to pull from every different source of information that I possibly can and then bring it to you. Today, before we get to the news, before we get to Dogecoin on Coinbase, I want to take a look at historical analysis and share with you, if history repeats itself, even though we're doing very well in the market today, why I think that Bitcoin may be in for a substantial correction. If you appreciate the variety of content that we bring to you on a daily basis, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump in. Historically, Bitcoin and the crypto market every year has always seen a summer rally. Not every year, but many years. Let's go to last year, 2018. Last year, we were coming off a lot of hype from these all-time highs at the very beginning of January 2018. We corrected, we dead cat bounced up, and then we corrected again. It was around a $6,800 Bitcoin that many people thought, okay, we consolidated, we'll trade sideways for a while, and then we'll rally up till the end of the year. But what happened? From about April 5th all the way for the next 30 days to about May 5th, Bitcoin had that summer rally. And you know what? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Austin, looking back at 2018, looking back at the market now, it's pretty obvious that Bitcoin was just in a naturally corrective path, which we would have gone on anyway from these all-time highs we saw at the start of the year. And yes, in hindsight, I tend to agree with you. But let's remember the hype, what we saw last year when Bitcoin rallied from 6,000 to 700 all the way up for 30 days in a row, all the way up to almost a $10,000 Bitcoin. These are the articles we saw. May 2018 will be the last time Bitcoin costs under $10,000. These articles were popping up all over the place last year. But you know what? Did Bitcoin stay at $10,000 last year? It did not. This was just a little 30-day summer rally. And yes, that's just 1 year. But let's take a look at 2 years ago, 3 years ago in 2016. What happened? From about May 22nd all the way for the next 28 days to July 19th, Bitcoin summer rallied. For 28 days we went up in the summer, and then we corrected. Let's look at 2015, because most people compare where we are right now in 2019 with Bitcoin with the year 2015, because of the corrections we saw the year before. Even in 2015, from about June 1st all the way up for the next 41 days until July 12th, we had that summer rally, and then we corrected back down. And then we had to wait until the end of the year as the market matured until we saw that end of the year rally. Let's take a look at this year, 2019. Because remember, historically, 2018, we saw a 30-day summer rally. In 2016, we saw a 28-day summer rally. And in 2015, we saw about a 41 summer rally. Where are we this year? And yes, past performance, it does not always indicate future performance, but it's an interesting metric. So where are we now? From what I'm looking at, the summer rally really started on March 30th, when we saw this major uptick in the market, and has lasted until today, May 2nd. To me, what I'm looking at is about a 32-day summer rally, comparing that to 30 days in 2018, 28 days in 2016, and 41 days in 2015. I'd say the 32-day summer rally that it seems that we're on right now, historically, just looking at historically, a correction's coming, in my opinion. How big is the correction? We'll see. But I think we have incredible support around a 4,200 about dollar Bitcoin. In my opinion, Bitcoin's going to trade probably between 4,000 and 6,000 for the next few months. You can make the argument that yes, things have changed. The market is way more mature. Fundamentally and infrastructure that's being built right now, the market is way more advanced than what we saw last year and definitely from what we saw in 2015. So there could be an argument that Bitcoin continues to rally up and up and up, especially because we went down and down and down all last year. You make your own decisions. What I will say is If Bitcoin has 25, 30% correction, I think you'll see even more weekends sell their Bitcoin, maybe in fear. I take the long-term perspective. And if you're waiting to buy, if you're waiting for that correction, and if you're waiting to buy Bitcoin, because you've seen these charts too, you're banking on that too. In my opinion, I'd be careful. I wouldn't wait to buy, because really we have no clue how this market will react in the short term. In the long term, I'm very bullish, but in the short term, nobody really has a clue. So if you're waiting to buy, I think, for me at least, I prefer to cost average. Let me know what you think about that. Do you put any weight into historical data? Any weight at all? Or is it all technical? Is it all fundamental for you? Let me know in the comments. I have 3 pieces of news I want to put on your radar, things to know that are happening in crypto today. If you've gotten any value, feel free to like the video, and let's jump in. Have you seen this? Dogecoin added to Coinbase. What the? If you've seen this, I did a little more digging. Don't be that alarmed. This is good news for Dogecoin. But while trading Dogecoin, buying or selling Dogecoin, still not available on Coinbase, Coinbase is not adding Dogecoin. Dogecoin is supported by their wallet. So you can't buy and sell it, but you can hold Doge in the Coinbase wallet. So if you see articles like this, if you see headlines like this, don't be alarmed. It did get a lot of people excited. I don't blame you. Doge is Doge, but just something to keep in mind. Next piece of news, CoinMarketCap to remove exchanges from their calculations if they don't provide mandatory data. So what are they doing? Essentially, CoinMarketCap their goal is to add more transparency on their exchanges and make the exchanges prove that their volume is real. And CoinMarketCap is doing that by changing the redesign of their website so their standards are higher. Let's check this out. If exchanges fail to provide the mandatory data by June, CoinMarketCap will not allow that set of data on their exchange. As such, CoinMarketCap has announced a brand new alliance called the Data Accountability and Transparency Alliance in order to provide greater transparency, accountability, and disclosure from the projects in the crypto space. Now, a broad number of exchanges, they've already said yes. They're already in. They've joined the new alliance, including Binance, Bittrex, Huobi, Liquid, Gate.io, KuCoin. All the exchanges that you heard about are obviously in. There's more partners expected in the future. But the reason that this is exciting to me, because let's just take a look at Bitcoin, for example. On every exchange, if you scroll down, wow. If you scroll down, I mean, I've never heard of some of these exchanges. What is Fcoin? What is Paraboo? There's no checks and balances for the data that these exchanges provide to CoinMarketCap. And while these exchanges, I believe, will still be listed on CoinMarketCap, in terms of total volume, all these metrics up here for these specific coins, all those metrics will only be included if they can be verified by CoinMarketCap's new transparency regulations. Very interesting. Be aware of this. Next piece of news. CZ of Binance is strongly hinting that Binance is about to create a new stablecoin. In this tweet, somebody said, if Binance decides to issue their own stablecoin, it will become one of the biggest tokens on the Binance chain and increase the network usage and utility of the BNB token a lot. What did CZ tweet? Careful what you wish for. Looks to me like a Binance stablecoin is coming. You know what? In my opinion, I think stablecoins one day are going to become we're going to see stablecoins one day as archaic as I think we're going to see banks become one day. Because eventually, as Bitcoin becomes more stabilized, less volatile, there's really not going to be a need for stablecoins. But until then, yeah, it makes sense. Why wouldn't Binance do that? I think they should, and then let the users decide which stablecoins they want to use. Let me know what you think. Last piece of news, Square's Bitcoin revenue jumped to over $65.5 million in Q1, its highest ever. What this is saying is that more people than ever, more people than last year, more people than the year before that, are using Square to buy Bitcoin. Square reported its first quarter earnings today, revealing strong growth in Bitcoin sales through its Cash App. Founded by Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, this year we had $65.5 million in Q1. How does that compare to Q4 of last year? 2018? Well, last year was only 52.4. 52, not a 65. People are buying Bitcoin. I like that. If you follow us on Twitter, which I think you should, there's a link in the description below, then you already knew this. We tweeted yesterday, this is a little graph comparing Bitcoin purchases on the Square app versus Bitcoin mined. And yes, it attempts to project the future after May of 2020 when the halving takes place. But if growth continues, which Bitcoin, crypto growth in general, I see no reason why it wouldn't in the short term or in the long term, this chart is something you might expect to see. Let me know what you think down below. That's the video today. My name's Austin. If you've gotten any value, like, subscribe. Really does just help me grow as a channel. But I'll see you tomorrow.